YouTube, what's up, man? It's King LeeBoy. I'm here with a beat breakdown / tutorial. This is gonna be one of the first of many to come. Today I'm doing Heavy Heart by Meek Mill, produced by Street Runner. The crazy thing about Heavy Heart is that it has a lot of similarities to Meek Mill's Shine on his DC4 album. One thing being that they use the same producer and also a bunch of the same elements. Alright, man, enough with the talking, let's get into this beat. Alright, so first off, now I wasn't able to like remake the vocals cause I can't sing and I can't hit them notes like the lady was in the song. So what I did was I just took that first part from the original song and just like sampled it throughout majority of the beat. But there's a switch up in like the third verse, I'll get to that later. So that main sample you hear like this. And then to the additional elements, all right here. So first off, I added a synth bass from Omnisphere, Green Taurus bass. It's a very nice synth bass to use, similar to Metro's from Nexus, but I recommend this one. So alright, the synth bass. Yeah, that's pretty much it. On top of that, I added keys from Nexus that go like on top of the original sample with their keys. A little something like this. It's pretty much subtle, but you can tell the difference though if you like really listen to the beat, especially when Meek vocals first come in the hook. Next thing I added was a saw from Nexus as well, and I just took the same melody from the bass line, copy pasted it, then had the same melody in a higher octave so it'll sound more full, something like this. And that same melody I added in a 5000 D pad. So this pad, it creates that ambient feel, more atmosphere to it, as if you were in a forest. It has that chirping effect. Y'all hear it. Might be weird, but hey, it works out. Alright, so next, I just had these same patterns separated as I went throughout the beat. I didn't want to like have each one separate. It was kind of a weird process, but it worked out. I had strings from Omnisphere as well. And these can be heard in like the second part of the hook and like the second half of the verses. It sounded like this. And yeah, so that's almost it with the instruments. The thing about Heavy Heart is that there are like two separate melodies. The main part is what I just played, but like at the end of like each verse, there's like a switch up in the melodies for like all the instruments. So it made it more simple. It sounds something like this. This is with the main sections. And it's the same thing for the strings here. But I kept pretty much the second half of these strings the same. Like, it's not that big of a deal, but hey, you'll catch on to it though. Now, my favorite part of the beat, the drums. Now, this was like a difficult process though, which is always a difficult process with like beats. I'm like, well, not beats, but producers I'm not really familiar with. I have to like go through hundreds of drum sounds, hundreds of effects, perks, all of that. But somehow I was able to like get real close to the original. Alright, starting off with the kick. Yeah, that's it. Now with the snare, I had to like stack these snares. I'm pretty sure the Street Runner only used one snare, but me knowing me, to get that perfect sound, I like stack snares, especially like with real drum kits like in Heavy Heart. I had to do this process. So like, here's the first snare, second, third. All those combined, they create that full sound that you can hear, similar to Heavy Heart. Weird process, but hey, it works out. Alright, next, the hi-hats. Now with these hi-hats, you could have used a loop, like a real hi-hat loop. I have many, but for this one, I had to use the live hi-hat. I got it from B Bully's kit. B Bully, he's one of Meek's producers as well, known for doing the intro, House Party, and a bunch of other tracks. He has a drum kit that was very useful, especially if you're doing Meek type beats. For this one, I just tweak with the velocities to create that realistic effect. I do this in a bunch of like these soulful type beats. I don't usually post them, but hey, this is the process that I do. So this is the hi-hat. Yeah, it's simple. You just have to like make sure they hit like in all these seconds. On top of that, I added a ride. You know, still more of that real drum kit effect. Then a tambourine. It's in the beat, but you just gotta catch on to it real good. Then the crash. That crash can be used in almost any type of beat, trap beat, soulful type beat, any of it. I use this in a lot of my trap beats, but it was useful here somehow. And finally, the open hat. Now here are all the drums combined. Alright, so now let's get into this actual beat. So the first part of the hook is with all those layers that I first had. So the first part of the hook is with all these 4 layers, plus the original sample. So that's like the first section of those layers, not the second part, and like the last part of the verses. Same thing with the strings. First come in, and like the start of each verse, it sound like this. But no bass in it. That's why it's like sort of that anticipation building to like the main drop, meaning right here. And that melody switch I was talking about is right here. You know, not that major, but like it's still a switch. Then just goes back to right here with the piano and the sample. So from this point on, the whole beat pretty much loops itself until the third verse. Now where the third verse hits is where it was like kind of tricky for me as far as the sample, because when it first comes in, the part I was going to like add in. Still had Meek's vocals in it, so I had to like tweak it and like take some part of the outro in and like replace it with it. It works somehow at the same time it didn't, but hey, it's manageable. Here it is right here. Another thing about Meek's songs is like he has a certain type of structure with it. He will have a 4-bar intro, 8-bar hook, 16-bar verse, 8-bar hook again, 16-bar verse, 8-bar hook. For the third verse, an 8-bar verse, then the 8-bar hook, then the outro. He has the same structure in Shine. That's why I say that Heavy Heart and Shine have a lot of similarities to him. Then like after that, it's just the hook. Yeah, that's it for this beat. Let me know what y'all think. Like, subscribe. Let me know what beats y'all want me to do next. A lot more will be coming soon y'all way. It's King LeeBoy. I'm gone.